I wasn't supposed to be anywhere near the royal wing. That was the first problem. The second problem was that the security doors weren't locked. And the third problem, the one that changed everything, was that when the doors slid open, I walked straight into a moment no one else in the galaxy had ever witnessed. The alien princess was not dressed for court. She was bleeding, and she looked terrified. Assignment to the impossible. My name is Lucas Arden, human, systems architect, specialist in adaptive infrastructure for cross-species environments. I was contracted to the Alithian Empire for one reason: to modernize their planetary defense grid. The Alithians were ancient, elegant, technologically superior in almost every measurable way. But they had one flaw. They didn't think like humans. Their systems were optimized for perfection, graceful, symmetrical, predictable. Humans, on the other hand, built things assuming they would fail. And that difference mattered. The Alithian capital world, Illyrian, shimmered like living crystal beneath twin suns. Towering spires arced skyward in impossible curves. Transportation platforms floated silently between structures, guided by gravitic harmonics. The royal palace stood at the center, a colossal formation of prismatic stone grown from planetary bedrock. That's where I was assigned, far from the royal family, thankfully, or so I thought. The princess, Princess Aerith Valis, was known across the empire as the Radiant Heir. She was the only child of High Sovereign Kael'rith, future ruler, symbol of unity. Her image was everywhere, projected across city towers, featured in diplomatic transmissions, etched into ceremonial banners. Tall, luminous skin threaded with faint silver patterns, eyes like liquid starlight, hair that shifted color subtly with her emotional state. She embodied Ilithian perfection, which meant someone like me, an Earth-born engineer with grease under his nails, was not supposed to be within 10 kilometers of her private quarters. The wrong corridor. The incident began with a systems alert. One of the palace's auxiliary shield nodes had glitched. A minor issue, according to the palace AI. But I prefer to inspect anomalies personally. That's how you catch sabotage before it becomes disaster. The diagnostic trail led deeper into the palace than my clearance technically allowed. I sent a request for temporary access. No response. The system flagged it as urgent. I made a call. I overrode the lock, and the doors slid open. What I saw, the chamber beyond, wasn't ceremonial. It wasn't polished. It wasn't prepared for visitors. It was a private training room, dimly lit, walls lined with adaptive combat constructs. And in the center, Princess Aerith, collapsed against a pillar. A blade lay on the floor beside her. Her ceremonial garments were gone, replaced with fitted combat attire. A deep gash cut across her side, silver blue blood staining the floor. She looked up when the door opened, and for a split second, pure shock crossed her face. Not anger, not outrage. Shock. "You are not authorized to be here," she said, voice strained but controlled. "I can see that," I replied, stepping forward cautiously. "You're injured." "It is irrelevant. It's bleeding." That earned me a sharp glare, but she swayed slightly. Instinct overrode protocol. I moved, breaking the illusion. Ilithians healed quickly, but only if treated immediately. I activated my field kit, standard human medical nanogel designed for multi-species compatibility. She tensed as I knelt beside her. "Do not touch me," she warned. "Then you're going to have to stop bleeding on your own." Her eyes flashed brighter now. Then something unexpected happened. She hesitated and allowed it. The wound was deeper than it looked. Not a training mishap, a targeted strike. "You weren't sparring," I said quietly. "No." "Who did this?" She didn't answer. But the silence was louder than any confession. The truth beneath royalty. As the nanogel sealed the gash, I noticed something else. Bruises along her forearm. Microfractures in her bioluminescent patterns. Exhaustion etched into her features. You've been training beyond regulation limits, I observed. Future rulers are expected to exceed limits. Or someone expects you to. Her gaze locked onto mine. You overstep, human. Maybe, I admitted. But I just found the Empire's future bleeding alone in a locked room. That landed. Her composure faltered for half a heartbeat. Then, you were not meant to see this. No, I said gently. I wasn't. The radiant heir wasn't supposed to struggle. She wasn't supposed to get injured. She wasn't supposed to look uncertain. But in that moment, she did. Why she was caught off guard. Later, I would understand why my presence had unsettled her so deeply. Ilithian culture revolved around controlled perception. The air was strength, composure, flawless. Every public appearance rehearsed, every statement curated. No one saw her fail. No one saw her doubt. No one saw her bleed. Until a human engineer walked into the room. The conspiracy. 2 days later, the shield anomaly resurfaced. Bigger this time. Coordinated disruptions across 3 palace nodes. That wasn't a glitch. That was sabotage. And the timing matched her injury. I brought the data to her privately. You suspect internal threat, she said. I suspect someone testing palace vulnerabilities. And you believe my injury is connected? Yes. She studied the holographic projections carefully. If the shield grid collapses during the ascension ceremony, she murmured, the Empire would fracture. Political rivals, military opportunists, external enemies, chaos. And you'd look weak, I added. Her eyes darkened. That was the goal. Not assassination. Destabilization. The partnership. We worked in secret. She granted me discreet access under the guise of cultural infrastructure collaboration. In reality, we were hunting a traitor. The palace was a labyrinth of crystalline corridors and AI-controlled defense systems. But Ilithians didn't anticipate unpredictability. I did. We found anomalies embedded in ceremonial power relays, subtle code fragments designed to cascade failure during peak energy draw. Human error correction algorithms flagged patterns Ilithian logic ignored. It was someone who understands your system intimately, I said. High-level clearance, she agreed. Her jaw tightened. Someone close. The attempt. The ascension ceremony arrived. Thousands gathered in the grand atrium. Floating platforms shimmered overhead. Energy fields pulsed in synchronized rhythm. She stood at the center, radiant in ceremonial regalia. Perfect. But I knew the truth. And I knew the clock was ticking. When the first shield node flickered, I was already moving. Hidden subroutines activated, my countermeasures. The sabotage attempted to cascade. But human redundancy kicked in. Overlapping failsafes rerouted power manually. For 30 seconds, the entire palace hung on the edge of collapse. Then, stabilization. The shields held. The crowd never realized how close disaster had come. The reveal. Security traced the sabotage to a senior advisor within the Royal Council. Ilithian. Trusted. Resentful of reform policies that strengthened alliances with humans. He had underestimated one factor. Her. And me. In the aftermath, she summoned me privately. You saved the Empire's continuity, she said. We saved it, I corrected. You acted without hesitation. So did you. She stepped closer, silver patterns along her skin glowing softly. When you entered my chamber that day, I was unprepared. I noticed. I was not prepared to be seen. There it was. Not anger. Vulnerability. You don't have to be flawless, I said. I am air. You're also alive. Silence stretched between us. Then she said quietly, you caught me off guard, and I am grateful. Something more. In the weeks that followed, our collaboration became official. Publicly, it was strategic partnership. privately, it was trust. She no longer trained alone. She no longer hid injuries. She no longer bore the illusion of perfection without support. And I no longer felt like an outsider in a crystal palace. One evening, as Illyrian's twin suns dipped below the horizon, casting the city in rose gold light, she stood beside me on a balcony overlooking the capital. "You altered more than the defense grid," she said. "That wasn't in the contract." Her lips curved faintly. In Ilithian tradition, those who witness vulnerability and protect it are bound in significance. "That sounds formal." "It is." She turned fully toward me. "You entered without invitation. Accidentally. You stayed. Intentionally." Her silver eyes softened. "And in doing so, you changed the trajectory of an empire." I shook my head slightly. "I just fixed a system." "No," she said quietly. "You saw me when no one else was meant to." The twin suns disappeared fully beneath the horizon. Stars ignited across the sky. For a moment, the galaxy felt very quiet, very vast, and very possible. The AlienPrincess had been caught off guard, not by an enemy blade, not by political betrayal, but by something far rarer: honesty, and a human who refused to look away. In a palace built on perfection, sometimes the most powerful act was simply stepping through the wrong door and staying.